you do this? It actually is a question. And yet our interpretation is we must do this. We're being told we have to do this.
And what happens when we say, no, I'm not going to?
Well, that's the reaction of the other person.
Mm-hmm.
And what charges them. That's not ours, but we take it on.
Yeah, exactly. And no is a complete sentence. There doesn't need to be any explanation after it.
Depends on the context, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. So the tone of how you say no and your body language of how you say no. Are you standing in defiance against, in a defiant posture towards that person? Or are you putting out your hand and, grabbing them and pulling them close to you and saying no?
No, it's not that one. Now, the opposite is yes, it could be, and yes, it would be better if it was, and yes, life would be easier, like all those things. But no, that I'm still gonna fight.
It could be no, not right now, or no, I'm not available right now, and yes at another time.
Yeah, and usually none of those make any sense, and so it's like, yeah, all right, yeah.
Let's do it now.
The problem is that defiance still comes. So I'm catching my pattern later. I haven't caught it early yet.
Okay. But you're shining awareness on it now, so that's powerful.
By saying no and then doing it, right? So no and then doing it.
Yeah. So awareness, like you say, right?
Yeah. And sometimes it's like, I just need to finish what I'm doing. Can I just finish the last thing you asked me to do?
No.
Can I just finish the last thing?
Usually what's the answer to that?
Oh, but Jesse, when you say that, you're answering the question with the question as opposed to the statement. You're asking, can I finish this? As opposed to, I will do that when I'm finished this.
Wow. Yeah, because where's the power when you ask, can I just finish this?
Exactly.
Wow. Beautiful, Annette. Beautiful.
We always say words matter. Our intention is, I would really like to finish this first. And then I'll do that, even though I don't want to do what you're asking, but I'll do it. But I would like to finish mine first.
Yeah.
It's usually not mine.
Someone else's.
But
can I finish what you've given me to do already first?
But your point, Will, is yes, I'm
funny.
giving my power away.
Yeah, it's good to realize it.
I can just feel my internals fighting it. Like, yep, okay, we're not going to change it.
Yeah. We're just going to do the same old, as always, like we always do.
Yeah, we're getting angry, right? The fists are coming out, and it's like, yeah, I'm going to stand my ground. I'm not going to surrender here.
Yeah, going to dig my heels in.
Yeah,
going to be unenlightened and
stubborn,
whatever,
angry.
Yeah.
Stubborn, angry jerk. That sounds better.
No judgment at all. Just like me.
Oh, Jesse, I don't want to put you on the hot seat again.
That's sure you don't.
Second time you have called yourself a name, a disrespectful name. And I just observed it. That's all I want to say is like I've observed that's now the second time in a very short period of time you've called yourself a name. And it's just to observe, where does that come from?
That's what comes out. Like that's the
Pattern.
That's the result of the pattern. Yeah.
Yeah.
And is it what I want? Yeah, in that moment, yeah.
Good
But
to know, though.
overall, like part of the whole pattern, it's not worth it. Yeah. There's no need to be that. It's the opposite is just as possible as that. And to your point in the awareness of it is like to putting the awareness on it will keep it there. Like I said, it's like, yeah, I'm fighting to keep it there rather than letting it be something different.
Because when you refer to yourself as a jerk, it set a charge off inside me. Like, what? No. That's the second time, right? And that's what was inside of me was, like I said, was this charge, and now I could have stayed quiet and not said anything, but I did because I was uncomfortable with you referring to yourself in that way.
Beautiful find.
I have a feeling it's often a result of the old program. Go feel ashamed of yourself, calling yourself a name.
Yeah.
So there's that cocktail. There's that cocktail of emotions.
Yeah, and it's a pattern.
You get a little dose of it, and yeah, okay, I feel normal now.
Yeah, like this is home. This is home to call myself names, which is it's my home too. You know, because you grew up with a father who calls you names. Eventually, they're gone, but you're still calling yourself names and other people names. You know,
because those names create, like I said, they create a set of like a cocktail to create an emotion.
yeah,
that it's something
definitely.
you're familiar with.
Yes.
And when you have that familiarity, your ego says, ha, you're safe now.
Yeah, it's like an anchor for that emotion, like whatever it might be, like disappointment or anger or frustration or whatever it might be. You know, it just triggers it.
Yeah. And so when we say those things to us, how can we love ourselves then? Where does the emotion of, yes, I love myself, but I'm a jerk? Yeah, you're trying to give one medication to yourself, and then you're dosing it with something that is totally opposite, and you go into a high that is, not really nice. That right?
Or like that younger version that's expressing that. Could I just love them and collaborate with them? But how could that look? It's a new possibility. Collaborating.
So as you guys are speaking what's there, you could be speaking all the words that I tell myself. Which would mean like, oh, you're reading what I'm putting between us. It's possible, right?
Yeah.
So isn't that another form of meditation as a group?
Yeah,
absolutely. It absolutely is, because there's focus and intention and listening.
Yeah. So as you guys were sharing it, I could just feel my layers peeling back.
Mhm.
Awesome. That's so cool.
That's a win, Jesse.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a breakthrough. If you feel that way.
Ooh, I do want to resist it though. I can just feel a cap on it. Right
Yeah.
at the heart,
Like
right
a
at the heart, I
holdback.
feel a cap.
Like a little wall, little
Yep.
micro wall.
Yeah, right in
It's
the
like,
heart.
could a little bit of light shine through that? Is that possible? Just to poke a little hole in it, like a little bubble.
And that's the beauty of a win. There's no definitive size of to what it has to be. It's just we observe there's something different.
And what I'm also observing is how you, Jesse, had the impetus to start sharing your morning meditation and lenses. And you had the steadfastness to stick with it every day for 2 years. And now we're in year 3 on day 2 or 3, I can't remember now. And in that time, there's so much that has happened for a number of people, whole number of people. And now we're all here together. And because of what you started, we're able, because we've worked with our automatics, we're able to provide the exact space that those parts of you have needed. It's been like a relay race.
Yeah. Year 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. And still a lot of the original members keep coming back.
Mm-hmm.
If you can call this a membership. Because it's not really that. It's more just the original people who are here. There's still a lot that keep coming back. And some that I haven't seen in quite a while.
So when we share our, what is it? We share our
Space.
Yes, definitely. And so what's in that space? What's in that space for me is our yearning, our um our our expansion, right? When we want to be of service, which is a lot of why you started this.
Yeah.
You know, you always say that it's because you didn't want to be alone, but that's part of it. It's not all of it. The rest of it was because you experience expansion when you are in service of other people. That's what I've observed. And so for me, this is a beautiful example of a shared experience. Sorry, say?
Oh, I would just say, often when we speak out our stories, we sort of take the energy out of it because it's suddenly brought into words instead of old
No.
stories we tell ourselves or emotions that run over and over inside you, sort of giving them that push, a
Yeah.
way of release.
Yeah, very true, Hans. You detach the identity.
Yeah. It stops being just about you, a personal thing.
Mm. And it really becomes the our experience, right?
Yeah.
Yours, mine, and ours.
Yeah.
And that comes with connection and collaboration. Mm.
Which is what I think we all yearn for.
Mm. I think so too.
So, Annette, thank you for putting me on the hot seat.
Mm.
My
And
pleasure, Jesse.
great job.
Yay.
Great job.
Ticks.
But seriously, yeah, it wouldn't have mattered if it was you or somebody else had said
Mhm.
that. I probably would have reacted the same way.
Mm.
And it means you're catching it you're noticing it the first time.
Mm.
It doesn't get any quicker than that.
Mm.
Wow. That's powerful
It used
awareness,
to,
eh?
it used to take me 5. I counted it. Like when I first started painting, it would be 5 times before I'd give it the attention. Now, if
Mm.
you'd think it'd be like, okay, well, then you started counting somewhere, right? It's like, yeah, kind of, right? It's like, I did. I started counting at some point, right? But it was like, wow, it took me 5 times to really, you could say it's like hear it 5 times.
Mm.
Unconscious counting.
And it's, now the key is what grabs our attention. That's what matters.
Yeah. Social media sure does. Good to be aware of that.
Yeah, it grabs our attention for sure.
How many other things do, eh? Lots and lots.
Question then, it's like, well, then what should grab our attention?
Yeah. Like
Better
what's
yet,
valuable.
what does? Because that is saying here, put awareness on this.
Mm,
Doesn't mean find the answer right now. It means be aware what it could be.
Yes, the awareness and the observance. And then you just sit there in silence. Is this something that will pollute my being? Or is this something that could be of benefit? Or is it just something, yes, I listened to, but now I can let go?
Mm.
that Annette, I wrote that down. Silent awareness and observance. Thank you. And also I wrote down be of service. Someone said that earlier. And then create space, which is what Jesse's been doing here now for over 3 years. Chi's words, observing with love. Love it, Chi.
And my no, my saying no is not in love. It's not out of love. It's out of my ego. It's out of my childhood pattern. And some can call me a jerk for that.
Especially if you're not gonna do what they want you to do. You could be labeled a jerk.
And that's okay. So
Yeah. It doesn't mean that you are, though.
The information in it is that my no is the unloving part. So if I want love, I'm creating the unlovable.
It's major.
Mm-hmm. It's a big one, right? If I want connection, I do, and I say no. Bingo.
Then the belief is I'm unlovable.
Mm-hmm. Or then the belief comes, I'm only lovable if I do it. So
yeah, and acceptable and accepted, loved and accepted. Sorry, I'm just resonating because that's also a pattern I have, especially with my mom.
that's the importance of speaking these patterns out loud so that others can say, oh yeah, I see that too. And it's like, then we can release them together and all, like that becomes the ripple.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jesse. This was wonderful this morning. It's time for me to scatter.
You have a blessed day, Annette.
Have a great day, Annette. I have to
Thanks, Annette.
scatter too.
Thanks,
Have
Alice.
a great
Yep.
day, Alison.
Yeah, I left a little love note in the chat.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Boy, that was sure nice. What a nice way to start the day off, Jesse, and everyone.
I'm glad you enjoy it too, Will.
Yeah. Well, it's like it fills my cup, to start the day off like this. So yeah, I think that's a big reason I've been waking up so early, because I don't want to miss it.
Yeah. We don't want to miss you again.
Okay. Yeah. I know that childhood pattern takes me out every now and then. But just recognizing it this morning is very, very powerful.
But there's probably some time frame that's connected to it too.
Yeah.
Over a certain period of time, then it's like what came to me there is that it gets stale for you.
Yeah. It's like, well, what's the point?
Yeah.
Because it's just the same old.
I can't create here. It's like it's nothing new. So it's information. That's all it is.
Yeah. It's not good or bad.
It's inspiring you to create something different with it, maybe.
Yeah. And explore, because there's that 6-year-old is playful, creative, imaginative, and open to possibilities. So it's like, it's okay. It's okay to be creative.
So Will, here comes the magic. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. So it's like now it's like, okay, we found the pattern, right? You found the words open and free, which are really the emotions. And so you
Yeah.
lay out open and free for you and the 6-year-old and say, okay, in this space, go. Only through open and free, go. And so you're exploring open and free in this space. That was the information.
Explore it. Wow. Yeah, which is what I've been doing,
And so you
rather than holding back, like being afraid and holding back.
Right. So it's like, oh,
That's a breakthrough,
now,
man. That's a breakthrough.
and now you're pointing to, it's like, oh, I was doing it. And just feel
Yeah.
the
Oh,
win.
yeah. And that's what would take me out in the past, and be like, you know what? I'm good. I don't need this anymore.
Yep.
And I'd be like, okay, whatever. I can do this on my own. Can you?
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, you can, but you're not going to have the kind of breakthroughs that you have in a group with feedback.
And I think it's now, here's my take. Yes.
But some of the feedback I've gotten from everyone, from you yourself, yes, and Chi and Heinz and Allison and Annette and Craig and like so many, right? Joe, like it's just phenomenal, the feedback in this group, in this fireside daily.
We're creating positive, powerful memories.
Yeah.
And we get to the point where Allison said it earlier. It's like, oh, your voice is in my head.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. In a good way. In
Yes.
a good way.
The space between us. Do you see? It's like that's the only way to explain that is overlapping fields.
Yeah.
If your voice is in my head,
yeah, there's a connection there.
We are connected. And like that's the point here, is like to connect at a level we've never connected before. Oh, sorry. No, I take that back. To find the deepest we've ever been before.
Yeah, deep refinding it.
In this lifetime.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, because this way of coordinating, communicating had to be there for us to find it.
Yeah.
And probably like my first real experience of it was probably, I don't know, I'm just speculating, not worth it. And see, that's a demonstration of me trying to find the words. You know, like the feelings there, right? The feelings right there, but it's like, oh, I'm trying to tune my next word to it. That Heinz, what is that a demonstration of?
Trying to put story to an emotion.
Yeah, being in the present moment. When I'm fine tuning the words that are coming out intentionally, there's no more aware of the moment than you can be. Present, your word, Heinz. That's the voice I hear in my head when I hear presence. I hear Heinz. because I don't know, like I admire you for your ability.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was a big ability until I actually been here for a long time. I realized, wow, being present is actually a gift. And then I realized, oh my God, it took me a long time to actually get to that point. I saw how I was trying to fix everything with past and future, past and future.
Yes, me too.
And it didn't really come to anything. Then I just said, well, if it don't change anything to do that, what happens when I try to be present instead? And wow,
Mhm.
everything went more smoothly. It may not fix everything, not
Yes.
right now, but everything
That's right.
has its time. So I just took the other word we have, patience, and put with
Yes.
presence. And
Yes.
then things started happening. When I looked further and further back, I saw, whoa, the steps I've been taking. But when you're looking from day to day, it feels like nothing is happening really.
hmm
Yeah, but it's very gradual. The progression, eh? And
Oh,
over
Then you have
time,
the
it
days
gets
are just-
exponential.
yeah, some days are totally where something
Yeah.
happens, and then all of a sudden, well, was that it? No, now you need to work with that to make it create the next moment. So I'm learning a lot from you guys by just wow. It's like having all of you guys is sort of like having mirrors. So I can see myself better, and then oh, I can actually see your stories because you mirror in my story, and then you tell a story that's compare from your life, and wow, I can see myself in that, and then you get way more perspective to your own life, and you get a hell of a lot more tools to work with.
Isn't that amazing, eh? How
Yeah.
just by sharing a story, it's just so easy to relate to other people's stories, you know?
Yeah.
We focus on the emotion. So from the heart stories. Otherwise, it's just chat. It's a weather report, right? A weather report's a story too.
Yeah. It's the
So
emotion underneath
the
it.
emotion of the heart, yes.
Mm.
That's what we practice that. And Heinz, you said it so well. My timing, like, am I in the past or the future? That's most people think those are the only two options. And when we usually are frustrated or worried about the future and stressed about the past,
Mm.
or shameful, regretful, resentful. Resentful is probably a better word, mine anyway, for the past.
Yeah.
And
You,
what's missing? What's missing? What's missing in that is what's right now.
Yeah. Present moment, the now.
I used to resent my past, but then I realized, well, my past
Joe.
brought me to my present. So I actually should be thankful for it bringing me to be here.
That's right.
Welcome to Fireside, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, good morning, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Ooh,
Cinderella.
and
Hey,
Cinderella.
beautiful. Hey, beautiful people.
Hey,
Hey, beautiful
welcome,
souls.
welcome.
Good
You made
morning.
it.
Yo, what did me and Cinderella both come in at the same time?
Mhm.
What?
Yeah, exactly the same time.
Yo, we are tuned in, sister.
Oh yeah.
She gave you the energy to tune into her 2 days ago.
I'm working on my book. It turned into 3, but I'm working on one. I think I'm gonna do one
Yeah.
at a time. But yeah, it's exciting.
Oh, amazing.
Tuning
The
into
book is
it.
coming. The book is coming.
Ooh, it's like I said, okay, girl. Okay, this personality gonna be over here. This personality here, and this one. Okay. They each need their own stage.
Yeah.
What y'all talking about?
We literally
Being
came in at the same
present.
time.
Being present.
I know, Joe. I'm like, what did we step into at the same time? Like splash in the same puddle at the same time.
Oh my god. Well, you know what? Talking about that, like presence, yeah. Do you know when you were saying that? Because I was listening the other day, and you were talking about pausing, and yeah, that hit me good. That
I
you know,
didn't hear that good. What hit you good?
do you know when you were talking the other day about pausing,
Oh, mm-hmm. Yes.
and I noticed I wasn't pausing that much. I was just going on and on. So just
Mm,
recognizing that, having that pause,
mm.
yeah, powerful.
Revolution.
Isn't that what we were just talking about, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Tuned in, tapped in, turned on.
It's all right.
Well, this is it. This is it. You see, because with the mastermind, which will form by like this is a mastermind space, and by tapping into it. But even when we're not on the call,
Mm.
but it's an example of that. How we just tuned in at the same time, like we decided to come at that time. Like,
They're
Miracles
talking
happen.
about pause.
Now,
Miracles happen daily.
so that wasn't scripted. You guys weren't listening beforehand what we were talking about, and you came right in, and your conversation was relevant for what we were in the middle of.
ooh,
I love it.
And it's recorded. So the only trick would be if we had that set up in the background.
yeah, we ain't got it set up in the background of our subconscious mind.
So we're not putting on a production here, but everyone else is.
Wow. Tapped in, tuned
Wow.
on. Because I literally, I said, "Ooh, well, maybe they're still on." Because I just got off a plane, came home, got in the house. I said, "Oh, I might be able to catch some."
Cool.
I didn't get my
And
coat off yet.
But the weird thing is though, I've been able to come on for like the last hour, but like I've just been doing things, and then I had a shower, and then I was like, right, half an hour left. Should I get on? Yeah, but like
Do
we
this.
must be logging on at the same time, and I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, I love it.
Wow.
Meeting at the vortex.
Yeah. Amplifying the space between. First, we have to allow that it's possible.
Wow. Allow that it's possible. Mm.
And I think, Sindrell, like the pause comes first.
Yeah. Pausing is a presence of allowing.
And I just want to circle back. Joe came back and said, God, Sindrell, thank you for sharing that. I've been using it.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Wow. And it was not a scripted. Like, thank you. It wasn't a fabricated testimonial.
Wow. It's the
And
real
I'm
deal.
I'm relating how how we're getting stuff from each other that's visceral, like we're living it. Because when I came on yesterday, I was saying how I used the centering of 5 being a place of access and honing in on my power, versus where I had another view before, like, your non-committal 5, that's not a yes or a no, that's indecisiveness, that's not knowing, that's not allowing yourself to know. But I was able to hop off of that was a great shift for me. It's, whatever perspective you have, but that perspective, it put me so much more in the power zone.
Mm. Yes.
We like the power zone.
Yeah.
We do. And it's you find it in the judge-free zone.
Yeah. Observer. You can observe and make
Free and open.
choices.
I love you guys.
Well, we're a mirror. We are a mirror. We love you too.
Love you.
Just super grateful for you creating this space for so many people over the years. What a gift.
We've created it, which I love.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That'll be $10,000.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody's switching $10,000 all around. You get 10, and you get 10. I'll thank you for 10.
Just pass it around,
and take it. Yep. Allow it. Right. And it's like see it go out, and it's like yes. It's like will I? So, yes, I want to be able to pay that to you.
Oh wow.
So yes, and it's like yes, and now I'm not going to say it has to be in dollar bills by Monday.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm allowing it to be there, but I'm not going to give it any more than just a glimpse of what do I want it to expand into. And then I'll look for the next intersection with that creation. I'm on the lookout for that next intersection then.
Like when
because that value exists.
Like when you were out walking and found the $5 for ice cream.
Oh yeah, I love that story. Oh, I'm such a jerk.
For the ice cream.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was amazing. What a beautiful creation that was. What a miracle.
I forgot all about it.
Oh, really?
Thank you. I've forgotten all about it.
Well, let us give you more of what you gave us.
Yeah.
Ice cream cone to somebody. You're the second person that's ever brought me an ice cream cone. Wow. How amazing to have that experience.
Yeah, wow. So here, I'm probably going to take the light out of it, but that was the start of a breakthrough for me. See, I know how they start. And because I did put attention to it, I stopped. Like it ended, yet the breakthrough's still there, right? I mean, it's like I didn't do anything different, but I threw the momentum out.
Yeah. Okay, I hear you.
Now, I didn't let it run. So my tendency now is to let the breakthrough run all the way through to it. But now, like in a conductor coaching role, I know how that goes. So then I pause it to say, oh, that's the beginning of it for me.
Okay. And then where could that lead next? If you allow the momentum to continue.
That's right. And
so
I can get back into it from where I paused it.
Yes.
Wow. That is amazing.
Yes.
If you look at it from a different perspective, look at the possibilities you've given. Was it Dave? His name was,
Mm-hmm.
and he wasn't above 5 years old, was he?
5 going on 50.
Yes,
No, he
that
was
one.
he was an older man, right? But
Yeah,
his mentality was about a 5-year-old.
Yeah, 5 going on 50.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, it's like me this morning.
that's different for
6
me.
going on 49.
Well, 50 going on 5.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
50 stuck at 5.
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
So here,
And there's a breakthrough there.
Maybe not stuck. Maybe that's just where he paused.
I was talking about, I was using mine as the example. It's like I'm stuck.
Okay.
I'm 47 and stuck at 4.
Oh, I don't know. For me,
Funny,
if
but is that true?
yes,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah. This
I
I appreciate
so
the humor
much.
though.
That's my new title of
Yes.
my book. That's the
Yeah.
title of my book.
49
Joe.
going on 4.
47 stuck at 4.
There you go. Okay.
The joy of 4.
Oh, so now back to my breakthrough. So now all about me, right? So
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, let's
all
go.
about me.
No
Now
ego
all
intended.
about
Go
me.
ahead.
Well,
do this.
So the weekend has been a celebration, celebrating 2 years and the start of 3 for Fireside.
Mm.
And Annette warmed me up in the earlier sessions, buttered me up, right? Put me on the hot seat. And Will, you're just put a little pin in it so you can make a little light. Has all led to right now.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah.
Just let me continue with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, Cinderella, as we were giving and receiving, so the point here is the celebration. One, the breakthrough was so that I could receive the celebration.
Mm.
You guys can all feel that shifting. That's my shift, your shift, and our shift. That's what's happening in between the space we can't see. And that is a huge breakthrough for me.
Oh my God.
I was just a wobble, wiggle, giggle that you experienced.
Better make a note of this day, Jesse. Better put that in your calendar. That's major. Allison's back.
Hey,
Hi.
Allison.
I am back, and I heard him talking about that beautiful gap.
The pause of celebration.
That gap of I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's not the bars that keeps the prowly lion in the cage, but the space between the bars.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
The I don't know. Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. Lets you slide those bars to whatever you want them to be.
Yep. Make it up.
If you allow yourself to do it, right, Sandra?
Yes. And this is poignant for me there are aspects that I've been, surrendering. I'm saying like, well, you know what? I don't know. And it's okay that I don't know. So if I knew, what would it be? Or what do I want to make it up to be? I get to make it up. If I don't know, I get to make it up.
Wow. What do I choose to make it up? Hmm.
And play in the makeup.
Yes. Free and open. What would a 4-year-old say about it? That's a self-integration. That's a deep one. We haven't done those in a long time.
I'm getting the benefit of previous experiences, benefits that I wasn't aware of before. So you said self-integration. And the first thing to my mind is when we do the somebody that loves you, somebody that you admire, somebody that has mentored you, and the best parts of those people, and you allow that to be you. Is that the self-integration you're talking of?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so I am where I am with you with it. Okay. So now that has been, you say the self-integration, that activity of self-integration, but what happened to me when I started writing, I found myself speaking in different voices to the 3 different topic books that have been with me for a long time. Yes. So there was a self-integration, but now there's, I want to say, a self-exploitation where I'm putting this aspect here and this aspect here and that aspect there. Yes. And I still have to come back to the pause of 5, the pausing power of 5. Because what I did was drew a circle. I put the 5 in it. And then out from the circle, I had all of these different sticks coming out around it and saying, okay, I'm going to exercise to the power of 7 here and fill that up. I got like 3 hours to work on such and such a thing. I'm going to focus from 5 and give it an energy of 7. I'm going towards 7, but if it goes further, it's fine. And then when I had to leave, I was like, okay, I'm bringing that power in. Now I'm focusing on the next thing, the next beingness of me. So it's been cool. It's a practice. So I don't have to always be on 10 or 8. And sometimes things warrant a 2. Like I was around some people. I I was cool at 5. I just put out a little bit more, and that was it, because it didn't warrant more than that.
Ah, that's aware of your energy.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like you're reclaiming your power.
Yes, baby.
And it's in the neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But we're so afraid to be in the neutral because we think we're gonna stale, like it's like stop. And it's just like, no, that's where peace exists.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's no static there.
Yep. Or less. Yeah, less. And you look at the static, and it's like a static is it a positive? Is it gaining or is it decreasing? Like that's what neutral allows you to see, that subtle difference. The problem is we think we have to be at the edges. Like that's the expectation. And then the other one is that we're so used to it that we only operate at the edges. So we
Like
never
the other stuff.
experience the middle.
Yeah. And it counts. Before it was like, if you ain't out there on the edge, it don't count. But no.
Okay, so I listened to another clip yesterday, and for me, it translated to the value of being at the 5. And it might not make sense immediately, so just be a little bit patient with me and yourself. So the writing goes something like this. Don't desire bliss. Bliss is there. It's the desiring that grasps to an identity. And the identity would be of being blissful. So how that translated for me was, when you're at the 5, it's not surface level 5. You drop right down. And the more you drop, the more you experience what there is. And when you think about, and I know this is thinking, you need to use your heart as well. And you think and feel the awe of the very existence that we have. You don't have to desire very much at all. So for me, it was a guideline, and it was a reminder of what I know I have been able to experience at times before. Of just being in deep listening. Because when you're in deep listening, you really are at a 5.
Your crazy thing just happened then. Do you know when you said reminder.
Hmm.
It was exactly on the hour, right? And I've got hourly reminders on. And just as you said reminder, I swear down, it was on the hour.
Yay,
So
I got the timing right for once.
you tuned into my reminder, man. Literally, you said reminder, and it went beep, 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 and that was my reminder to come present, to pause, to remember, to step in.
Oh.
Thank you, Joe.
Love the synchronicity.
And Joe, yes, it might be crazy and it just might be a miracle. It's whatever we want it to be.
Yeah, you get to make it up.
That's the point.
Well, one
So-
thing I've been repeatedly saying to myself is I'm entitled to miracles recently. So I've been saying that a lot.
Good.
Yes, you are, Joe. Yes, you are.
I'm entitled to
Aren't you-
miracles.
like, isn't that like experiencing miracles?
Mm,
Wasn't that just an experience of a miracle,
yeah. Yeah.
Joe?
Mm.
Exactly.
Joe, was your words, not mine.
Yes, miracles in motion.
There we go. Your words. I'm still not convinced. But your words, much better than mine.
I've got a poster in front of me and it says, always be expecting a miracle,
There
but
we go.
never needing one.
Yep. Bingo. See the desire? See the desire? So, Allison, as you were speaking that whole thing, I'm going to laugh. You're going to laugh, as all I thought about was structure. So, if I'm listening to everything you guys say through the lens of structure, I would listen to that the same way. So, Allison, we are going to, not in this moment, but in a future moment, we're going to dissect that with structure.
Mm.
Awesome. Looking forward to that.
I know, me too.
Yeah, love that.
All right, Joe, you've had your time. Now, your words.
I'm wordless.
Wordless? No,
Okay.
come on. You got
So
something there.
because we did we lose the focus, or was it something else?
Maybe lost the focus.
Okay, so the mantra you are telling yourself about miracles, you don't believe. So what I'm looking for was for you to develop your words of the synchronicity or the miracle that just happened, so that you experienced a miracle. You can allow yourself that you can experience it, and that was how you did it, so that you can do it again.
Yes.
Your words, though, not someone else's. They need to be your words.
That's it. Miracles in motion. Into the potion.
I feel
Level evolution.
I believe at that time. Same words. Do you feel the difference? I felt a difference in how you said them.
Yeah.
I think he felt it.
It's like taking the frequency and rather than recycling it, like recreating it and like putting my own unique imprint on it.
Yeah. Your knuckle.
My own frequency, my own unique frequency.
And you forget it. It's at 7:06 on this day in the recording. So you don't have to write it down. It's always there. You'll just remember to go get it if you need it, or like it'll be solid in your mind from this moment forward that you'll start to believe that miracles can happen to you. But it has to be your words. And they're going to constantly refine. That's the beauty of going to the different levels. So thank you, Joe, for being a powerful demonstration of structure. With awareness and intention. Yeah. Now that's a whole nother level. Oh.
So much is happening right now. So
Something else that came out of the pause as well was I was noticing that when I was like looking back on situations and giving love, I'd be giving love to the other party. But in the last day or so, I've started seeing myself from the outside perspective and being chucking love at myself when I was going through them situations as well. So kind of being seen like an outside perspective of myself, but rather than focusing on sending out the love to the other parties, seeing myself as a party that required that additional love. So yeah, that's something else deep that's come from that pause, I think. Rather than just being automatic with it, it's like, all right, where are we now? What's the new choices now?
So good, Joe. So good.
self-empathy, that's big.
Because yeah, I forgot, because you're observing or because you're in it. Yeah, it's like in the time of giving space to my heart to breathe, it's enabled me to see from, and like that's something new, that as well. Like I've not really done that consciously before. So yeah. And just choosing to just feel my energy. And as soon as I choose it, I'll start feeling it. And it just keeps expanding. Even now. I'm breathing into it. It's just, I'm noticing I'm in that feeling. I'm consciously choosing to be and feeling my energy more. And I'm also noticing I'm scanning my body more. And I'm noticing where I'm like tense and holding tension, like in my stomach or whatever. If I ever notice, it's like, yeah, I'm holding tension now, relax that. And just, because that tension, if it's constantly there, it's going to repel stuff, that's meant for me. So yeah, a lot of beautiful things going on, man. So yes, blessed, choosing the blessings, being the blessings. That's it. Identifying. When I listen to that, that's deep, because it's like we can't change our thoughts by thinking of changing our thoughts, but we can by what's behind the thoughts is the beliefs. And then we can't, and then changing the beliefs is hard. But then if you go to the level above, it's identifying And from the identity comes the beliefs, comes the thoughts. So by identifying as bliss, choosing it, yeah, and recognizing, constantly recognizing and remembering like who we truly are. I love you guys.
Mm.
Now,
That's some of my words.
Love you back, Joe. Love you back, man.
those are your words.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
So
Thank you.
my
Thank you.
my observation of this, Joe, for your feedback was that was Joe in his heart.
Mm-hmm.
That was true Joe. That was authentic Joe. You were at your level 5 because your tone was level.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Not what you said. The tone was level.
Yeah. Who he's being.
Yep. Being at 5. And so like you can remember that. It's like, oh, that's what it's like. Yes, I'm putting words on it. I'm anchoring it in. Like this is what it feels like to come from my heart. And you're just reinforcing the good practices. Congratulations.
Authenticity.
Yeah. And as you were speaking, Joe, I felt like it was such a big, warm invitation to your heart. And as you were speaking, to approach your heart, it's like I just wanted to be in the presence of the warmth that was coming off of the fire. I didn't have to like get in all your space, but it was just so much to glean with and dance with without having to consume you.
It was infectious.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, Joe, this morning Annette asked Will a question. And I'm going to repeat the question because it was so valuable. And the question was, just note, well, it was a question and a suggestion. Notice where you are feeling what in your body.
Yeah, when you said that, just below my ribcage, solar plexus, there was a tension, but when you said it, I released it.
That's powerful.
But that's it. The more I remember to scan, because if I'm just in my head or whatever, until you put that attention on your body and where you're holding tension.
Yeah.
But then it's just literally just noticing it and instantaneously relaxing it. But it's just the unconscious patterns. It's been going on for so long, probably, that it's just retuning it. So just catching it more and more, relaxing it more and more. Yeah.
It's a powerful breakthrough, Joe. Powerful.
And I'm going to add to that. Can you see then that that is a shortcut to going through the story of the beliefs and the thoughts? Not that you don't have to, not that you're not supposed to do them.
What's the question again?
So my question was, can you see how when you go with the feeling and you place it in your body, that is a shortcut to releasing. And then you don't have to think about what thoughts you have and what beliefs you have, what stories you have.
What was the first question you asked, though? Where are you holding tension in your body or something?
Well, what I said was notice what you are feeling where in your body.
Notice what you're feeling and where in your body. Yeah. Okay, so even with that question, though, yeah, I got pulled into the resistance, but also what I am also feeling is like a nice energetic charge. Like my energy's, my heart's just like a pump, and it's like it's just pumping out like fast frequency energy. And yeah, because I even remember a few years ago when I noticed, like, if I just proper consciously breathed slowly, I could just hold that energetic feeling. And then I told people about it, but they weren't that impressed. But I was like, well, this is just like, because I've always been, I can always just by tuning in and thinking, right, yeah, tune into my heart, you can feel it. But like consistently holding that energetic state and that feeling and being in that. Because like you say, yeah, notice what you're feeling, where you're feeling it all on my body, right? And then, yeah, can you see how when you go with that feeling and put it into your body, then you're releasing without going into the, yeah, that's it. It's being in this energy, being in this fight, choosing it, man, and yeah, feel it now. It's just right, pulsing out throughout my body. And the more I breathe into it and focus on it, it just gets stronger. But I'm doing it like right now.
You're building myelin. You're building myelin, which is what it's the insulation we put around the wires in our brain. It's the highway. You're putting structure to the highway.
Yeah.
So if we're just electricity and energy, you're focusing your energy into a new pathway, which means it's taking it from an old way and putting it into a new way. We call that experiencing, engaging, and creation.
Yeah.
Allison, thank you for acknowledging the shortcut.
You gave it to me.
And when we maybe can't see it in the moment that it's happening. Doesn't mean, sorry, it wasn't for Joe at this time. And that's okay, even though we directed it, right? We said, see, Joe, do you see the shortcut? What's the question, right? It was like, well, look, it just wasn't there. It wasn't needed for Joe right now. It's like, oh, well, we're going to use it somewhere else. So it's okay that if Joe didn't see the shortcut.
Yes, because it always is like that, I think, in the beginning, right? There's got to be an introduction.
Yes. The allowing that pinhole, that moment that just crack.
Mm-hmm.
That's the breakthrough. Like the breakthrough needs a crack.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens in a wobble? You get a crack. Because if you get a wobble, you're going to put your crutch down, right? It's like, okay, we got your crutch too. We got your crack and your crutch.
Awesome. And the crack is a gift.
That's right. In a judge-free zone. In a judge-free zone, it's a gift, yes. And so the hot seat here is two things happen, can happen. Like one of two things will happen. One, you'll get your crutch kicked out from underneath you. Or we're going to dig into that crack.
Mm-hmm.
And so all you imagine is the worst thing is going to happen and the best thing's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. That's a great observation, Jess.
It's the wobble, wiggle, giggle.
Mm.
You're wiggling just to get out of the crack. But that's not how we see it. That's the problem. And you said you see the shortcut, because if we're doing anything else, it's an unresolvable structure. So the only way to have it continuously in momentum is to be in a resolvable structure. And there's only one way to do that. And that was your shortcut. That's the importance of structure, right? It's always and now I just give it the word structure because that's what we can orient to. It gives us something to attach to, gives us meaning to it, but it helps with the awareness.
Mm.
So there's the structure. So here it's the awareness of the structure. So the structure of time, the structure of space,
Mm-hmm.
and the structure of attachment.
Mm. Yes.
In there, you'll find your wobble, your crutch, and your crack. But that's going to be for another time.
I think you must use another word for crack, Jesse.
It's funny though.
I
That's
think it's
the
got a
point.
good ring to it. I
It's
think
a
it's got a
button
great
pusher.
ring to it.
It makes a good, right? Stop showing your crack. But, stop showing me your crack. But. I'm not judging your butt.
Or your crack.
What is it? Crack, crutch, and what?
Wobble. And then so you get the
Okay.
giggle and it's the breakthrough.
Discover your wobble.
Mm.
Discover your crack. And discover your crutch. and let it go.
Crack. Or the wobble, crack, crutch. Is there another C word we could insert in there? No. Anyways.
You know, yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe counter wobble. So because Chris was talking about the training about when you're driving around the car and really fast and it's like you're drifting. That's like the wobble. And it's like that's not sometimes where people are like brake, but you don't want to brake when your back end's flying out. Do you know what I mean? You've got to power through it, you know. So that's when it's like when the wobble comes,
You steer
you
into
know,
it.
like
Yeah.
seeing that straight line and powering toward it like full fire.
Now, look, the structure of that is to do something you think is counterintuitive.
Mm.
So it's doing the opposite, right? So it's like, oh, my automatic is this. I'm going to do the opposite. That's the shortcut. That's the shortcut.
That kind of
Through the
sounded like when
emotion.
someone said
Counterintuitive.
that. I'm going to do the opposite.
Because your wound is there to give you something, right? Your wound is to give you something. So if you do the opposite of it, you're giving it what it really wants. That's the shortcut. The opposite. So it's like you and your opposite. That was
So the fact that I stuck around this morning brings it full circle.
Your opposite. Yeah.
Because I did the opposite of what the 6-year-old was basically telling me to do.
No, look at all the breakthroughs today.
Oh man, amazing!
Hallelujah! It's Sunday, man.
Better and better and
It's
better.
Sunday, the day of blessings.
Better and better and better. It's like I'm just getting better and better and better.
Okay,
Hopefully.
I'm pressing into the crack of the miracle. I'm still resonating like right there.
Oh yeah, and that it's a counterintuitive.
Yeah, because you don't
is the miracle.
Crack, right?
You just do the counterintuitive, and you'll be great.
Yeah, like
because the intuitive sometimes is the automatic. The automatic will take you off the track. It almost did this morning for me.
That's instinctual, not intuitive.
Okay, yeah, instinctual, yeah. So counter-instinctual.
Counter-instinctual.
That's more appropriate.
Oh, yeah, man.
I got my morning walk in. Thanks to you guys. I'm gonna scatter now. Thank you so much for all the breakthroughs.
Have a great walk. Well, bye.
Good, Will. Love you, mate.
Love you, man. Love you all.
I will.
So this is where I am at the moment, is that we allow miracles to happen, or we co-create miracles happening.
Bingo. We co-create miracles.
Yes, I think so.
But it's like way more amplified though, because two horses is 3 times as strong as one horse.
Exactly.
Mm.
And 8.
So go do the maths.
That's right.
It gets a bit ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. That's the ripple effect. And that's the power of the shortcut. That's the power of a resolvable structure.
Yeah, it's like we're like a collective horse and carriage.
Mm-hmm. Moving through life together. It's like from the east side to like we're traveling from, we're settling new lands together.
Mm.
Yeah. Land of plenty, right? Land. We don't get there alone. Everyone wants to think you do, convince you that you can. Kings want to convince you that you can get to your land of plenty alone or with their help. And the first thing, Joe, is like people have to believe miracles are possible. Better yet, people have to allow miracles are possible.
Yeah,
They don't have to believe, they just need to allow it.
exactly.
And that's what you were resisting. And you can tell yourself all you want the mantras, but you won't have the feeling that it's true. Which then says like, oh, like they're never possible. And so all we did was put your focus on, look at one that just happened.
Mm.
That's the breakthrough. And it may not seem like much at first, but you've just opened the door to allow miracles. It happened, so it could happen again. That's all it is. You're opening the could.
Was that a
Mm.
crack in previous structures?
Yes,
Okay.
it's and so the shortcut is the opposite, right? Is like to do the opposite. And the long way through is to always be in your heart or at the 5, making decisions, doing the experiencing it. So in all reality, they're not separate. You're doing both of them. So it just becomes a practice. Oh, this is what I feel like doing, but I'm going to do the opposite. And so then you don't have to search for a story, because if you think about it, if I'm just going to search for a story, I'm never going to connect a feeling to it.
Yeah.
And it's like ultimately all we want is to feel we want to feel something else. So if I'm feeling bad, I want to feel good, which is the opposite. So if if I'm aware in the pause that I'm feeling bad, I'd say, well, what would have me feel good?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't think that answer that question would be a miracle. We didn't think that question, just changing the focus slightly, could be a huge breakthrough. But it can, and it does.
And that's switching from what you don't want to what you do want.
Which is what, isn't that the beginning of the structure? You don't need any more than that. So rather than 5 steps, you only need 3.
Yeah. Get literally what do you want? What's holding you back? Release that. Boom. Go, go, go.
Yep.
Like
really, it's
that
like, what will give me that? What can I do to have that? Like, if I'm in that, what do I want? And it's not all cookie cutter. That's the point. There's a structure, but they're not all cookie cutter because you have to change the words. I've had people need to speak in their native language to release really deep traumas. And that's where I noticed it wasn't in the story.
Mm.
It's in the emotion. And it is connected to the words, but it's the emotion. It's the emotion that gave shape to the words. So that's how I know if when you're in your heart, Joe, was like, oh yeah, there they are. And it's like I think that was the first. Well, I don't know. It felt it may have been the first time I heard it from your heart, truly.
Mm.
I celebrate that. That's a win because now you know what it feels like.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, hell, that's a miracle in itself. So 2 miracles today. Jeez, in 37 minutes. 2 miracles in 37 minutes, Joe.
Well, it's recognizing a minute, and it's recognizing that it's every moment. We're just not recognizing them all.
Yeah,
It's
because
oh,
I'm in a miracle right now. I'm verging, like cusping into a miracle, like right now.
being
Breathe
alive
into
is a
that.
miracle.
Yeah.
We are all a miracle.
Yeah, we are.
We are one out of 900 million sperm cells that made it.
Mm.
And like the way we perceive small miracles and big miracles, that's just our perception. There's actually no difference for miracles.
True.
Absolutely.
So what miracles you choosing today?
To live
Where's your
life.
focus? Where is your play?
Yep. You only have now. Guys, what a great morning. Thank you for the celebration, the breakthroughs, the miracles, the co-creations, the gathering, and now we'll celebrate the scattering.
Yes. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. See ya.
Bye all.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Love you guys.
Have a
Love you.
wonderful day.
Love you too.
Love ya.
Bye.